Bites, Lucian Albert here. Welcome to another exciting episode of Reality Bites Podcast SA. And I'm here with my wonderful guest co-host for this special Women's Month episode.
Today, we
Yes.
have a really incredible guest. She is royalty, Lucian.
She's royalty with flour that falls over the place.
Ooh, we know her as the queen of the sweetest treats. It's our great honor to welcome to the show today, Sassy Bakes, everybody. Hello.
Welcome, Sassy.
Thank you so much, guys. I
And
appreciate
she's
it.
gorgeous too, hey?
Thank you, darling.
It's too much for one
Nothing but a
person.
big conflict.
Welcome, it's so good to have
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Wow, like we weren't kidding when we said we are surrounded by royalty right now because
Thank
you are
you.
the queen of the sweetest treats, and we're so excited to be on this journey with you today.
No, I appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
I was wondering, why is there no sweet treats on my table?
Only Lucian.
Well, you know, guys, I'm really sorry. I never read the memo.
You did not, guys. Before we started,
Then,
Sassy was like, "That's not me, it's Sassy."
Oh,
She didn't read the WhatsApp. She's like, "I'm not reading no questions, wada." At the bottom,
It was
NB,
in there.
bring me some cakes.
it's okay,
No
it's
shame,
okay.
but you know, I thought instead of bringing the cakes, I'll bring myself, which is
Yeah.
sweeter than anything in this world.
Now, I will take you over any cake. Any day.
Lucian!
Precious diamonds.
My word. So, Sassy. Yes, once again, welcome.
Thank you
welcome
so
to the
much.
show. I forgot to introduce me. I'm Lawrence.
No,
the one and only. The one and only.
Lawrence, I just want to say, I think the reason why they didn't introduce you because you really are the sexy one here.
Oh, my word. Thank you so much. Lucian.
Don't tell anyone, please. Don't tell anyone.
So, Sassy, for those that don't know Sassy, tell us who is Sassy.
Okay, so I'm the lady behind all the sweet treats. So all I want to do is take over the world one Lamington at a time.
Come on,
I love that one. One Lamington at a time. I love Lamingtons, by the way. One of my
Thank you
ultimate faves.
Thank you so much. So basically what I'm doing is, you know, Lucian always said to me, why did you start out making mini cakes? And I said, I love cupcakes, you know, I mean, you know, but it was also created in 19 dot, and I'm very proud of the person who's done that, but it's time for us to move on now. So I've decided to take like almost like the big cake, make it into a miniature version so that people can have a bite of every flavor that you can think of.
And let me tell you guys, it's absolutely
And yes, I also had
amazing.
cakes before, and it's absolutely delicious.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say on that note that you guys are very well trained. I will pay you later because I do not like people referring to my cakes as nice or good. You know, because a cup of tea is nice and the weather's good. One must always find a synonym.
100%. All the superlatives: delicious, incredible,
Thank you, darling.
tasty, yumptious,
Out of this
scrumptious,
world.
all the
Yeah,
things,
very
all the
good. Can you
things.
see it? It flies over
Here
there.
you go. There you
I want
go.
some now.
You can see the woman is taking over here in studio. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I love this.
As they should. As they should.
As they should.
So, Sassy, yes.
Go for it. Go for it.
So, Sassy, tell us, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in the very, very prime area of Mitchell's Plain.
Come on, go Mitchell's Plain.
So we were very young when we moved out there, and then we moved over to Goodwood. And you know, for the latter part of my teenage life I was raised in Goodwood.
Wait. So we're from the same area. So next time I know she's around the corner. I didn't even know you live in Goodwood. So now I know. Ik heb het geprobeerd, dear.
I lived in Goodwood.
Oh, you're not anymore.
No, the current location shall not be disclosed. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't want you knocking at my door in the middle of the night.
Because I almost did it. Okay, so then you grew up in Goodwood afterwards.
Yeah.
And your school, you was also like in Goodwood.
Yeah, no, so I attended Portland's High in Mitchell's Plain, and from there I went over to Spaceboner.
Spaceboner,
That time
okay.
Spaceboner was still more like a, you know, a private school.
And now it has changed completely.
Yeah, it has changed, yeah.
Okay.
But Sass, let me go back to that.
Yeah.
So you said that school there, grew up there, you moved away, but you are not just one child. You are one of many.
Oh, darling. Let's just say that my parents loved each other.
They loved
So we
each
are
other.
5 children.
Wow.
I'm the second eldest, and definitely the most talented one. Not the prettiest, but definitely the most talented one. Yeah. So I've got 4 beautiful siblings.
Yeah.
And you know, Lucian, we come from a very close-knit family.
Very close then.
Very, very close-knit, and for that I'm really grateful for. So my oldest brother he's got a doctorate in food technology.
Lovely.
So which is quite up my alley.
Yes.
Right, and then you get moi, the queen bee of
The
all
queen,
the sweet treats.
yes.
And then I've got my sister Fatima, my one and only sister.
Yeah.
We are like water and oil, but we get along fabulously.
Wow.
You know, she's like the love of my life. Then there's my brother Zain, and then my youngest brother Abdullah, who's also an entrepreneur.
Yeah. I love that. Growing up with 4 other siblings, a household of 5 kids, what was growing up with, the 5 of you like? I mean, I can only imagine that it was hustle, bustle, festivities, but you also probably have the best memories.
No, absolutely. We have the best memories. We actually had to get together last week.
Yeah.
And we just shared, we felt so nostalgic, and I played a game with my siblings, and I said, okay, I'm going to play a song, then I want you to guess what movie this was in our time.
Wow.
And they loved it.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a lot of playfulness that goes on, but there's definitely a lot of respect.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so for that I'm really, really grateful for. And I mean, I don't have any kids, but
Yeah.
my siblings have kids.
I love that.
So I'm like, the best aunt. Do you know?
Oh, listen, I am the best aunt.
I'm the best
aunt. People don't put enough focus on the aunts.
No.
Like Ma, Pa gets all the...
uncles.
And uncles, yes, uncles.
In my case, gunkles.
Don't forget Uncle. We need to have a society for the aunts and uncles because we do the most. We
100%,
really do.
100%.
Honestly, we need to have a conversation. That's a whole nother show altogether.
So my brother never wants the kids to stay over at my
Yeah.
place, because when they go back and they go like, but Auntie Sassy said it's okay, I can do that.
Come on now.
So my brother says to me, I'm not sending my kids over to your place anymore. So I said, darling, I'm here to spoil them. The
Exactly.
discipline part I leave to you.
Yeah, I love it. I know that Jake Gyllenhaal just recently wrote a book that celebrates the relationship between, uncles, aunts, and their nieces and their nephews. So
Yeah.
that's definitely one that I think we should be reading sometime soon. But let's talk about the career. I am such a fangirl of women that are doing it for themselves. Honestly, I feel like I can sit at your feet and glean all of the, life lessons.
Yeah.
Nearly 2 decades in the industry now.
Yes,
and a lot
yes.
of people will look at where you are and look at the social media and watch the SABC3s and the insiders and all of that kind of stuff, and they'll see the glory, but they have no idea of the story. So can you tell us the story of Sassy Bakes, how it all came along? What was the moment that you knew, it's time for me to be the queen of sweet treats?
So I was in the food industry for many, many years.
Yeah.
And then I decided to take the leap of faith and get married. And then my husband said to me, oh my darling, I don't want you to work. So I thought, I'm going to be a housewife. You know what I mean? I'm finally going to be a housewife.
Yeah.
And then I was at home for a few months doing some gardening and, cooking beautiful dinners and things. And I thought to myself, no, who am I trying to fool?
Yeah.
This is not me. I'm not somebody that can sit still.
Yeah.
I love meeting people, and then I was just getting bored.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day, I actually went to a coffee shop, and I thought, I'm gonna buy myself this slice of cake. And I was looking so forward to this cake.
Ooh.
And you must never give somebody a slice of cake with a cup of milk tea.
Yeah.
I sat and I had it, and I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
But then, that light switch just went off, boom, and I thought, I wonder if I should do this.
Yeah.
Then I went on a wild spree. I promise you, I went tasting so many cakes. I asked everyone, where do you find the best cake? And then I said to everybody, just leave me to my own devices, because baking and cooking is innate for me. It runs in our family, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, like I've exhausted every avenue of cooking. I still will always be my first love, but I needed to venture out. I wanted to do something that's aesthetically pleasing, but taste amazing.
Yes.
But then I knew I need to do something that's going to set me apart from the rest.
Yeah.
So initially I thought of cupcakes and, doing what everybody else does, like cake pops and all of those things.
Yeah.
And I thought, no.
Yeah.
And I started baking. Family was very happy to be the guinea pig.
Of course.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to try this, And before you know it, I was 24 hours in my kitchen,
Yeah.
making cake with a simple hand mixer. And then I got an opportunity one day to the owner of Revere Market. I had to beg him, please just give me an opportunity. I just want to see if my cakes would appeal to the South African public.
Yeah.
And the first day I went, he said, okay, fine, I'll give you a space. And I was like, I was so nervous. I went, sold the cakes, and it was sold out within 2 hours.
Wow.
And I had to run back home
Wow.
so that I can rebake for the next time. I thought, I'm not going to disappoint this guy. I had no sleep.
Yeah.
Went in the next day, and he looked at me and he said to me, I want one of each.
Yeah.
He ate the cake and he said to me, where have you been all my life? And I thought, darling, I've got this in the bag. I've got it in the bag. And then what started out as a hobby just grew from there.
Wow.
Into a full-blown
my
business.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, not just that market.
Yes.
Your kick's always been in the air.
100%, yeah.
In that air.
So, I also did catering for a company called New Rest.
Yeah.
And then I remember going to them and they wanted cake for, for all the local flights. And I was like so excited. And I went and I was up against quite reputable chefs.
Yeah.
And they came to me and said, you know what? Your cake is meant for first class.
Wow.
And I walked out. I didn't want to show them that I was in shock. I walked out. My knees were shaking, and I thought, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah.
That is amazing.
So that was such an achievement. So, darling, if ever you look at me, just know that I'm international.
Come on now. Anna, look, we've said it before, and we'll say it again. Find a way to make money for doing what you love.
Yes, absolutely.
And you said it started off as a hobby, and then
Yeah.
it became a very lucrative business,
Yes.
a first-class business, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely incredible because I think, there's a lot of people that are sitting on a dream,
Yeah.
right? And let's be honest, I don't think this was necessarily a dream. It was just something where you maybe saw a gap in the market.
100%.
You tasted a piece of cake and you're like, there's got to be a way to do it better.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to do it better. But I think there are many people right now.
Yeah.
They're sitting on a dream. Maybe they're sitting in a dead-end job, a 9 to 5. They don't like it. It's not who they are. And there's this little passion that they have, but they're afraid.
Yeah.
They're afraid to take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And there you were. You took a leap of faith. It wasn't, necessarily something that you even thought you'd be doing, and now you're doing it.
Yeah.
What would you say to people right now that are going to be watching this that are just like, I feel that itch, like there's a dream.
Yeah,
How do I do it?
I've been very fortunate because a lot of people have asked me, and even clients will reach out to me and say, I also want to get there.
Yeah.
And I always say to people, the first thing, you need to 100% be positive
Yeah.
and completely passionate.
Yeah.
So you need to really dig down within yourself to find out what am I truly passionate about. And when I say passionate, I mean you can work throughout the night.
Yeah.
Everybody can be around you, but that is the only thing that matters in that moment.
Hear, hear.
That is true passion.
Yes.
So I felt that, darling. I was tired,
Yeah.
but I pushed myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing is impossible.
100%.
But in order for you to get there, it takes a lot of hard work
Yeah.
and a lot of sacrifices and a lot of dedication.
Yeah, because there's also a lot of misconceptions. Like
Yeah.
we'll look at the Instagram, right, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
The cakes are stunning, but they don't know that Sassy's been up through the night. They don't know that you've been on your feet for the last 12 hours. And I've worked in hospitality. Girl, by the end of the night, you're ready to chop those ankles off, girl. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
And just like crawl around on stumps because it's tiring.
What around on stumps?
It's the truth.
I tell you, Lucian, you put your feet down. Have you ever heard that feet has got a heartbeat? That's what it is.
Lucian's having a moment. It's true.
I love the Stumpy moment, but girl, I feel you. I feel you.
Yes, yeah. But you were saying feet has a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will literally put your feet down because now you remember you're running up and down all the time.
Yeah.
You're trying to be everything. You know, I was the director of the company. I was the receptionist.
Yeah.
I was the cleaner.
Yeah.
I was the everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember delivering the cakes to people. You know, initially, and they would go, "Oh my goodness, I'm so happy you come and deliver the cake all by yourself."
You do that,
Then I would
you do
like,
that.
no, our driver's just currently on another location, whatever.
Meanwhile, I am the driver.
I am the driver, I'm the cleaner, and I'm the baker. This is reality.
I love
This is
that.
reality.
That is the
reality.
truth.
But you know
of it
what?
all.
I had that dream, and I knew I'm gonna work for it. And one thing that I always say as well is, my advantage was that I was good with people. I'm a people's person, you know? And I mean, I just love people.
Yeah.
You know, maybe sometimes a little bit too much. I do, you know, get hurt in the process, but anyway, I'm weather resistant.
Yeah.
I would have known a cook van jou prikken.
Verstaan jy?
Jou prikken. Listen here, so
Oh, guys, I hope the show is PG rated.
Exactly. Nee, maar kook wat die plek in doesn't have kijk to go places. You know, and that's the thing. So I was just thinking now, right? So the market is huge for that. You know what I mean? Like, and you found that little niche, right?
Yeah.
And you saw where you could be. When you see the gap there, and you found that, and you made it your own. You understand? And it's very unique.
Yeah.
I've tasted your cakes. I was at Salome's show, and you were catering that day there, and ik heb die hele gestaan met die koek.
You did. I saw you.
Yeah.
Was the first
Yeah.
night I met you
But
officially.
Lawrence, I really
just.
just want to disclose something now that you're on that topic. I think you fell in love with me that night, eh?
I
You
did.
were staring at me. I actually thought you were a bit of a
Yes, I did.
stalker.
I said, the only thing, weet je dat? Ik heb nooit gedacht, ik had zo'n maas wel koekie. Ja, koek geploot, die zo.
What do you put in there? I said, darling, it's a secret ingredient, but I have to disclose it to you.
Because I was just in awe because like I love sweet stuff in general. I love cake, I love desserts, that's my thing.
Yeah.
So and I was eating, I was standing there and they had all these other snacks. But I said, but you cooked it. So when my friend was like, yo, what is that? Nobody cooks. They oh, I love because it's amazing. It's the first time I had something like that. And my face is very unique, very different.
Thank
now,
you.
When you discovered this little niche, this gap in the market, you obviously had a moment to yourself.
Yes.
And tell us about that moment when you had that, you know, that inner person thing with you, and you said, oh my God, this is it. This is my gap. Can you explain to us that moment? Did it happen at home in the kitchen? Were you somewhere at an event? And that's where you just knew.
It definitely was the first time after the market, because the owner of the market was he's a stickler when it comes to his business. You know, he's very diligent, and everything needs to be, you know, done according to his specification. So he said to me, I've already got somebody that does cake. So what are you going to bring different? I said, please just give me an opportunity. I was, you know, I ate humble pie, darling by the slice, you know? But I was so grateful for that, because when I left, I remember I was sold out on the second day, and I drove home, because, you know, obviously I'm the driver as well. And while I was driving, and the tears just started pouring. And that was really tears of gratitude. Because how many people can honestly say that they're living their passion, they're living their dream. You know, I've done the whole, you know, secretarial and PA and all those things, and I was good at it, but I wasn't necessarily passionate about it. And this time I knew, no,
This is your passion.
no, this is me. This is me.
This is you.
Yeah.
Defining your passion.
Defining your
Defining
passion.
your passion.
Defining you.
Thank you,
Exactly.
guys. Thank you.
I mean, like, come on, die kok is so goed, die kok is aan die lug. I didn't know that part.
Souls everywhere. Soul for soul.
Yes, so wait, I just want to touch on that quickly.
Yes.
Right? So then you had to produce cake for them. To,
Yes.
and then obviously for the first class, business class people and whatever. That's also a moment, eh?
That was a moment.
That's also a moment, because I'm just thinking to myself, you are baking cake. Everybody else has it. There's so many companies, like you said, there were so many people out there, and then you came there and they were like, nah, this is first class.
I remember the French. There was a French pastry chef, and he was apparently, one of the top class. And he came to me, says to me, "Hey, you Sassy?" I'm like, "Yes." He says, "Woman, I love your cake."
Wow.
And I said, "Oh, thank you so much." I was going to say which cake, but anyway, I'll get back to the cake story. So, I thought it's a compliment. One must
I'll take
never
it.
just take it.
Yes, just take it. Just
I
take it.
grabbed it with both hands, and I was
Yeah.
just. But but throughout everything, I always said, remain humble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this gift appeared out of nowhere for me. I would always say, it can also be taken away from you.
100%.
So I always believe in just staying grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
just in case, I feel like but to elevate it for everyone, my family's there very quickly to bring me down to earth.
Yeah.
Miss Sassy, sorry, but you late.
Yeah. No, listen, that's
And
what
I love
families
that,
are
yeah.
about. That's what they're about. When it comes to building a successful business, I think
Yeah.
any business owner knows that it doesn't come without its fair share of hardships and challenges and pitfalls. What's been some of your greatest challenges along the way? Because I think that's where you probably learn the most about yourself and about the strength of your business as well.
Thank you, Leanne. So one of the biggest challenges for me, or shall I say challenges, there was a lot.
Yeah.
So if I can just name a few. First was financial, because I decided to grow Sassy Bakes from nothing.
Wow. Sure.
So I mean,
Just you and your mixer.
my hand mixer and my one oven.
Yeah.
And people thought Sassy Bakes was so huge, and I was baking out of one oven. I had one tray of everything.
Wow.
So, darling, when you do that one cake finish, you rest assured you're gonna have to wash them dishes.
Exactly.
And you have to dry it,
Yeah.
And start over again.
and start all over again.
Wow.
And that took time. So, you have to learn to do time management.
Yeah.
Because in your head, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, this will take me half an hour."
Yeah.
It might take you half an hour to bake,
Wow.
but to get everything together.
Yeah.
And the cleaning up thereafter,
Sure.
and then the decoration. There's so many things that goes into a slice of cake.
Yeah.
That you need to understand and see it to believe it.
Wow.
So next time when you eat a slice of Sassy, darling, just remember.
Just remember.
That's hard work.
But
So-
also hot
Yeah,
as well.
so that is one of the challenges.
Yeah.
That was one of the challenges for me. And also, like I said, I didn't have enough equipment.
Yeah.
I didn't have staff. I started out completely by myself, and I would call my aunt on the odd occasion and say, "Auntie G, Auntie G, my very, very sweet aunt, come and do you want to give me a hand?" And that's how everything started. And also, there was a time that I suffered from burnout.
I can imagine.
Because people don't know the amount of work that goes into it. And that was even before I decided to go into doing big cakes.
Oh, wow.
At that, when I started out Sassy Bakes, it was only just mini cakes.
Wow.
And it was like a tiny selection. I mean,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sure. So how has the business grown from you being alone, one pan, one hand mixer, Mr. Delivery, Mr. Cleaner, alles? And now, how have you able to?
Now I can sit, rest assured, my staff is working, darling, and I'm
Hello.
sitting here in an interview. That should tell you something. I mean, hello.
So with that, the business has grown so much over
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah.
What is next for Sassy?
What is next for Sassy?
Because we can see it maybe in a store or on market, under your name.
So yeah, that is definitely something that I'm working on. But as niche as the cake is, that is how exclusive I want the shop to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
when you're planning on taking your partner to to an event for Sassy, or maybe it's your anniversary, you need to dress the part. Because
Hello.
we're going to eat in style.
Exactly.
We're going to eat in style.
Yes.
I want people to, because you need to remember with eating, it's visual. If the visual is right, if it's aesthetically, sometimes when you see something on a plate, visually you're preparing yourself. You're thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to taste so amazing.
Because
So
it's all
that's
about
what I
business.
want. That's the effect that I want. So when you put that first bite in your mouth, I need that sounds to come out. Okay? Hold no bars. If the and let it come out, darling. Let it flow.
Yeah.
Be in the moment of the sassy.
Yes. Yes.
Because I always do that sounds when I eat cake and stuff or whatever. I go, oh my God, yes, it's giving. I'm that person in my usually go like, geez, man, so it sounds awesome. I'm like, God, yes.
Yeah.
When I'm eating cake.
That's not wrong when I'm eating cake.
When I'm eating cake, because I love it. Because that is
You are
the
sweet
thing,
to
it
it.
makes you feel like
Yeah.
that. Do you understand? I'm in that moment and nothing is stopping me because I'm loving what I'm eating. And you can
Yes.
see the work that went into this, the art, how it looks like, because I believe it's all about presentation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your cake is bougie AF.
I agree.
Bougie.
So what
you
that
so
said
much.
says,
Yes.
for Women's Month, for that inspiring baker that wants to be, maybe walking to your footsteps.
Yeah.
Because you've been on TV, magazines, by us,
Yeah.
and radio. What message do you have for that young baker out there to really want to be you?
You have to believe in yourself, 100%. You know, I can share something that is very profound in my life. When I was a child, I've always had like a weight issue. And it had a very negative impact on my life. Where I remember one day I was, they say grade 7, but I was in standard 5. And I remember the teacher looked at me and she said, "Fatty,
Wow.
keep quiet." And she, just by her saying that, she didn't realize the major impact she had on me.
Sure.
So, you know, children are ruthless. Then children, you know, started mocking you. And I remember coming home and I was never like fat. I was just like, you know, the more plump people, you know? And I cried and my mom said to me, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh, the teacher called me fatty."
Sure.
And I was distraught. And my mom, you know, was, after 5 kids, she was still a size 32. So she couldn't really relate to that. And then she went to the school and said, you know, that was uncalled for. I mean, she's just a child. And it stayed with me. And because of that, I became such a people's pleaser. I wanted people to love me, you know, to see me, you know, and it had a major impact on my life. So it was one little thing. And that is why I'm so careful when I liaise with people, that I'm, you know, I'd rather be complimentary. I'll rather be somebody that wants to lift people up and inspire people to do better. And you know, that is from my heart. That is who I am. So the advice that I will definitely have for someone is, we all come with our insecurities. We all have some form of insecurities. I don't like my hair. I don't like my teeth. I mean, there was a time in my life that I never liked my dimples because I said to my mom, I was, you know, I feel like I'm the only one in the family that's deformed. Now I'm owning them dimples. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, we all have that. Should I just do it?
Yeah, that's
You know,
powerful.
we have to take that risk. Because if you're not going to believe in yourself, as cliche as this sounds, nobody else is going to. Nobody else, as much as people love you, is going to want to open that pathway and go like, "Yeah, my darling, there's your Sassy Bakes." No. It's hard work. It's dedication. It's about dreaming and turning their dreams into a reality.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's so powerful that you said that, you know, and I'm so sorry that that happened to you as a child, but it's really important to note how things stay with us and remain with us long after we've gone through puberty and being teenagers 100%. And into adulthood. It remains.
Yes.
And so what you've now become is you've become a person that sees people, you are present with people, you speak life into people, you encourage people. That instance has made you a better person. And that is why we celebrate you on this Women's Day, because it hasn't made you worse for that experience. It's made you even better. And that is why you give so much love into what you do. Baking is a science.
Thank you.
You know, it's not cooking, it's not goeie bietjie hier en goeie bietjie daar and see that. No, it's like the exact science of it all, but you add love and passion and goodness into what you make. It turns you into the queen of sweet treats. and that's why we celebrate you.
Yes,
today.
and she's
so
so
much.
confident. You walked in here
Yes.
with, like, you like lit up the room with your
always- she
smile.
always does.
Absolutely.
And
I love
you're
that,
just
I
this
love
amazing
that.
person. And you're so super confident. Like,
Thank you
with,
so
with
much.
everything you say, you speak with pride, you know, because you know who
Yeah.
you are and you are this woman, you understand? And you know you worked hard for for where you are today. Do you understand? And yet you're still humble. That really, it's
Thank you so
you
much.
took me far away now. But thank you so much. It's like I've learned a lot. from you.
Germany, really far away from me.
Me is far away with
Yeah.
yeah. You really touched me in a certain way today
Thank
because
you
that
so
small
much.
thing, like that small thing, turned into this beautiful,
Come on.
powerful woman sitting
Yeah.
here today.
Come on.
And I mean,
Well done.
I can also say, like, a lot of us can say that we've experienced some form of bullying
Yeah,
when we were
big
younger,
time.
100%.
right?
Big time.
And it's also something that people never want to talk about because that is our insecurity.
Yeah.
You know, so all your life you live in somebody else's shadow. And one day I just woke up and I thought to myself, no, I can't do this anymore. But and I woke up and I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, but I'm such a nice person. You know, why should I hide? And you know, and if people want to take advantage of me, or they want to take me for granted, or they don't want to respect me, that's okay.
It says
That's their
more about
journey.
them
Yes.
than it does about
So
So
you.
now how I
Yeah.
live my life, I live on making myself a better person
Sure.
and not trying to change everybody else
Wow.
around me. And just honor the people. That is how Leanne is.
Yeah.
So I honor how she is. Done. It's not my life
Yeah.
and it's not my story to tell.
Exactly.
And on
And it's
that
also
note-
not your responsibility.
My responsibility is to feed you, darling.
Hello.
And on that note,
Yes.
on this wonderful Women's Day episode with you, Sassy Bakes, with you, Mr. Lawrence CPT, and
just
you,
that, yeah.
wonderful Leanne.
Oh, thank you, Lucy.
It's been great to have
Thank
you
you
here.
so
And
much.
Thank you for making time for us. And with your busy schedule, with all your staff that you can be here. You know? Love you too. Guys,
Love
thank you
you.
so much for joining us tonight. Remember what Sassy said. Don't change anybody. Starts with you.
Yeah.
And be the better person. Regardless of your insecurities, being bullied or not. You can make the world a better place. Because it starts with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to comment, guys. Every Thursday, 8 o'clock, right here on YouTube. It's Reality Bites! Thank you!
Happy Women's Month!